All right, let's talk about something that billions of people absolutely love, even though it literally causes them pain: the chili pepper. So what's the real deal with that spicy kick? Is it some kind of secret health hack? Or are we all just playing with fire? Let's get into it. So here's a wild fact to kick things off. Humans, we're the only mammal on the planet that actually seeks out and enjoys eating chili peppers. Seriously, every other mammal gets that burning sensation and thinks, nope, warning sign, I'm out. So why do we keep coming back for more? It's this crazy paradox of pain and pleasure. To figure out why we love the burn, we first have to understand the burn itself. And this is the craziest part. The heat you feel from a chili pepper, it isn't actually real heat, not at all. It's an incredibly clever magic trick that the pepper plays on your brain. And meet the magician behind this whole illusion, a little compound called capsaicin. This is the stuff that gives peppers their power. What's so amazing is that it has no smell, no color, and get this, no flavor of its own. Its entire job is just to create the sensation of heat. Now, your body is pretty smart. You've got these little built-in heat detectors all over called TRPV1 receptors. You can think of them as your own personal alarm system. Their job is to tell your brain, danger, hot, if you get too close to something that could actually burn you, like a hot stove. So here's how the big deception goes down. When you eat a chili pepper, that capsaicin molecule is the perfect shape to fit into your heat receptors, kind of like a skeleton key. It basically picks the lock, hijacks the system, and makes the receptor send a fake fire alarm straight to your brain. And your brain, completely fooled, thinks your mouth is literally on fire, so it hits the emergency sprinklers. That's why you start sweating and your face gets all red. Your body is trying to put out a fire that doesn't even exist. So if it's all just a big prank on our nervous system, is it a harmless one? Well, this is where the story takes a really interesting turn. It turns out that setting off this false alarm over and over might actually come with a whole bunch of pretty surprising health benefits. Let's just start with a real jaw-dropper of a number: 25%. A massive research review in 2020 found that people who ate spicy food regularly had a 25% lower risk of dying from anything, really. A number that huge is what really made scientists sit up and pay attention. And get this, the benefits aren't just from that spicy capsaicin. Chili peppers themselves are nutritional powerhouses. You know how we all grab an orange for vitamin C? Well, believe it or not, serving for serving, a lot of chili peppers have way more of it. Plus, they're loaded with other good stuff like vitamin A, potassium, and iron. And the good news just keeps coming. Some studies suggest capsaicin can give your metabolism a little temporary boost, helping you burn calories a bit faster. It might also help lower bad cholesterol and improve circulation. Oh, and that amazing, almost giddy feeling you get after eating something super spicy, that's your brain releasing endorphins, its own natural painkillers, to deal with the fire. People literally call it the chili high. But wait, before you run out and start putting ghost peppers on everything, you need to know that this is a very fiery debate in the science world. For every study that praises spicy food, there seems to be another one that raises a big red flag. The story is not that simple. Yeah, you can almost think of capsaicin as having two different faces. On one hand, it's the hero. It's anti-inflammatory, heart-healthy, a metabolism booster. But on the other hand, for people with things like IBS or acid reflux, it is the absolute villain, causing serious pain. So the huge question is, how can the exact same thing be both a friend and a foe? This researcher, Zhigang Dong, really nails the central concern. He basically says that the very thing that might give us benefits, that burning effect, could also be causing tiny amounts of chronic inflammation. Think of it this way. One quick shock might be fine, but getting that same irritation over and over, day after day for years, that could eventually be harmful. And we know that long-term inflammation is a root cause of a ton of major health problems. So what in the world are we supposed to do with all this conflicting info? Well, it really all boils down to one thing: finding your own personal, sensible balance. If you take away just one thing today, let it be this: you have to listen to your body. There is no one-size-fits-all rule for spicy food. If you love it and it makes you feel good, great, enjoy it in moderation. But if it causes you pain or digestive trouble, it's just not worth it. The best advice is always to start low and go slow. And to help you do that, there's a great tool called the Scoville scale. It's just a way of measuring a pepper's heat, and the range is, well, it's enormous.
A jalapeno, which a lot of us think is pretty hot, is just a baby compared to a habanero. Knowing where different peppers land on this scale can seriously help you make smarter choices and maybe save you from a very bad time.
So we end up right back where we started. For centuries, we've been drawn to this painful pleasure. Now we know it's a fascinating trick played on our brains. A trick with a very complicated mix of potential benefits and real risks. So ultimately, whether the chili pepper is your friend or your foe, well, that's a decision only you and your body can make.